Hi, it's Mark Moppin with National Real Estate Network. I'm here with Letitia Patterson, and boy, are you in for a treat, because before we did this video, just me asking questions, I'm learning more stuff that I thought I knew a lot of stuff about real estate. I've been in the game a long time. I've bought and sold 3,500 properties, but what I've learned from Letitia today opened up my eyes. So here, and right now we're located in the Detroit market. That's where we're talking to you from. So in our market, we have tax sales. We have a ton of out-of-country buyers that buy properties, and I've seen this because I'm a national charity, so they're calling me when they're in trouble to donate the property. I mean, they're in trouble. And Letitia specializes in working with people that have bought large portfolios and straightening it out for them and getting it liquidated where they're maximizing their best interests. So Letitia, are you willing to talk about that for a minute with us and share?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually never get to talk about this because we're usually mired in spreadsheets and property data and property management woes. So this is a great thing to be able to discuss it with you today. But again, my name is Letitia. I've been licensed as a realtor since 2006, believe it or not. And before that, I was in commercial lending. And so I've always dealt mostly with investors. About 90% of my clients are investors. And that's just, that's my forte. That's my niche. I love them. I love dealing with them. And we went through an economic hardship. 2008, 2009, our housing market completely went flat. We were selling houses for $1, $10,000, $5,000. And so investors at the time, smart, they picked up as many houses as they could. The problem with that is before you get into buying property, before you get into purchasing one thing, you need to know how you're going to get out of it. Like, how will you exit this property package once you purchased it? And that's where the problem's occurring right now.
Yeah, big time. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that portfolio buyers have made in buying a whole package?
So probably one of the biggest mistakes is not preparing for the future. So even though investors love their properties, they love their portfolios, they haven't always thought about, well, in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, what am I going to do with this thing? And so it makes a difference if you know how you're going to end up as to what you do in the middle. So if you know you're going to keep these as a rental property package forever and bequeath it to your children, there's not a lot that you've got to do, just basic maintenance and keeping up the properties. But if you know that you bought 50 or 100 properties and you don't intend to keep those forever, then as you go along, there's little adjustments. There are some properties that you can fix up and sell. Some properties that you can keep the maintenance a little bit higher than rental grade to make it ready to go once the tenant is out, so that you can sell it or pass it on to another investor. So the first thing is you got to know, what is the end of this thing? What am I going to do with this package? And then the second thing is, when you're ready to sell a property package portfolio, you need to know, what's this thing actually worth? And that's probably one of the biggest pitfalls that we deal with, is value in figuring out, how do I price this and who's the best buyer for this kind of property package.
Right, and that's what you specialize in, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
So the other thing I've seen is a lot of the buyers that are from out of country, like the properties are bought at a tax sale, which means the title's not clear on it.
Yes.
Or they get hooked up with a management company that's just atrocious and ripping them off. Mm-hmm. Or they've got city issues because the property's not got certs.
Oh my goodness.
And
yeah, flight tickets forever will kill your rental properties, right?
Yeah.
So when you have a property that you want to sell and you purchased it either quitclaim deed or from a tax sale, the thing about it is, when that property is purchased from the county, the title chain is broken. So even though you're getting it from the county and you know that you have that sale from the county, the chain of title needs to be reestablished. It's not very hard,
Yeah.
but it does take a little time, and you do need to make specific actions to keep that chain of title solid so that you can sell the property with a warranty deed. Second thing is, if you don't have the right property management company, when you prepare your package to sell, you might have hundreds or thousands of dollars in blight tickets. And so can you imagine wanting to sell your property, but the city has put tons and tons of blight tickets that you weren't notified of, and that the property manager may or may not have resolved on your behalf? So those are things to kind of keep in mind and keep a good watchful eye on when you're thinking about selling and packaging up the properties for sale.
Yeah. So yeah, and the biggest thing, like Letitia, she'll educate you on this. Like I've seen people from from another country buy property. They don't even understand that the water bills are going to roll over to taxes, and they're going to be stuck with that problem. So
yeah. So setting up the leases properly to protect yourself, to make sure that you're not responsible for water charges, that you're not responsible for any of the issues that tenants may do or bring to the property, and then having the right management along the way will keep you cash flowing and working well until you're ready to sell it, and it makes it a little bit easier to sell when it's time.
yeah, that's great. So Letitia's contact information showing. I appreciate you taking a minute just to do this, and I'm working on getting her to come in and do a presentation so that we can get more of her and a lot more stuff. So we appreciate you listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.